February 3, 2020, 12:51 a.m. EST. Deep State Crimes in the Ukraine. Greg Rubini, reader, Patexhandle, Deep State Crimes in Ukraine, the Ukraine Holocaust, threadredirect.com web link. 1. Eric Charamella is involved in much darker things than you can imagine. Joe Biden, John Brennan, Barack Obama and Victoria Nuland are also in it. 2. In February 2014 there was a violent coup d'état in Ukraine. There was a massacre in the main square of the capital, Kiev, where 100 people were killed. 3. There were strategically placed snipers at windows of tall buildings surrounding the square. The snipers from the buildings shot both at protesters and police officers. It was a horrific massacre. 4. There were 100 people killed by the snipers, Ukrainian citizens and police officers. It was the Ukraine Holocaust. 5. The snipers were professional mercenaries hired to do the job and given precise instructions to kill 100 people. Hired and paid by whom? 6. Why did 100 people have to be brutally killed? Because CIA Director John Brennan and Victoria Nuland, State Department, wanted 100 people killed. That would trigger a coup d'état in Ukraine. Which, in fact, happened. 7. Who organized those snipers in Ukraine to do this massacre? Who hired them? Who paid them? Eric Charamella. 8. Eric Charamella was assigned the task by the CIA Director John Brennan. Brennan was the CIA Director at that time, in 2014. Eric Charamella was, and is, a CIA operative. He was Brennan's CIA point man in the Ukraine, in 2014. 9. Eric Charamella is a CIA operative. He speaks fluently Ukrainian and Russian. Charamella was the perfect guy for the job, and was a Brennan loyalist. Charamella has been in the Ukraine many times. He flew several times to the Ukraine with Joe Biden. 10. Eric Charamella is the guy responsible for the Ukraine Holocaust, which killed 100 people. This is why the CIA and the Deep State protects him. 11. This is why the Deep State and the CIA do not want Eric Charamella's name to be spoken at Rand Paul at Holimo. This is the reason of the cover-up. 12. A cover-up also by the Chief Justice John Roberts, who is compromised, blackmailed and owned by the CIA. 13. This is why there are gag orders not to pronounce Charamella's name. Gag orders by the CIA. The horrific truth of what Charamella did in the Ukraine cannot be revealed. 14. Eric Charamella hired and paid the snipers and organized the Ukraine massacre under orders of John Brennan, but who authorized Brennan to proceed with the massacre of 100 people in the Ukraine? None other than Barack Hussein Obama. 15. It is now clear why Adam Schiff covered up Eric Charamella and did not allow Eric Charamella to testify in the impeachment hearings. This makes Adam Schiff an accomplice to Eric Charamella in his crimes in the Ukraine. 16. Killing 100 people is not a small crime and 40 of them were police officers. A good question now is, will the Ukraine ask for extradition of Eric Charamella, John Brennan, Barack Obama, Victoria Nuland, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden? 17. Imagine if a foreigner hired snipers in New York City to shoot and kill 100 people in Times Square. Snipers positioned in the tall buildings around Times Square shooting at people and nipped officers. Imagine that. This is what those guys did in the main square of the Ukraine capital.